So, you want to bag your Audi TT. Hello everyone, welcome back to Fitment TV. I am your host, Julio Neri, and behind me we have this very nice, very compact Audi TT that came in for our feels. Well, actually, this has been a previous client, and he brought it back in to get some 3-piece wheels and our Feels V1, which stands for Fitment Engineering Airlift System. He previously had a Gen 2 system and wanted to upgrade to our latest Gen 4. Kyle used to mention that Audis were the underdogs of the cars or stand scene, especially in Europe, where you would see Audi A3s, R8s, TTs, and whatever other Audi you could think of that was either stands on static, stands with bags. And all I can say is it's a really fun car. It's really nice, really quick, really agile. It's a fun car to drive, and with our air suspension, really comfortable. So, before this intro gets any longer, always remember to like and share this video, subscribe for more, and please do click on the notification bell icon because it really does help. And so before things get technical but educational, strap yourself in so that we can talk about the under chassis and what has been done to get this car back. Let's dive right into the front section of the Audi TT. We are greeted with a McPherson type strut. As Kyle always says that the shocks rotate or pivot rather on its own axis. That's why above here on the bag, above there is a bearing. So as you turn, it rotates as well. Pivot, sorry. Boss Alvin here is on dynamics coilovers, paired or matched rather with a double bellow bag and clearance. There's a lot of room here at the back, a lot of room. And since this is a McPherson type strut, as we always carefully do, we routed the hose lines with slack following the stock brake lines to give it allowance as the wheels rotate when you turn. And it's pretty straightforward from here. It's a McPherson type strut, double bellow bag, dynamics coilovers, and that's pretty much it. So let's move to the back section. So here we're greeted with the rear suspension of the Audi TT. It's a lot to take in. Sobrang dami nangyayari. Pero put it this way, I will simplify it as much as I can. So this is a multi-link suspension with a divorce setup. So as you can see, it's divorced kasi andito yung air spring natin, sandwich dito sa may trail arm. So that's one link. Ito yung shocks natin, yung dynamics na coilover. That is actually mounted right under or beside the stabilizer link. Now we have two other links here to make it multi-link, which is actually the upper control arm and the lower control arm. And right at towards the end of the lower control arm actually has adjustable camber, which is nice. And as all multi-link suspensions are, it has kumbaga per se auto camber habang nagda-drive. Pag umaangat yung suspension, nagka-camber in siya. So for hose lines, it's actually routed right under the trailing arm and follows the stock brake lines. So for a pretty sleek look, para hindi rin complicated yung hose line natin, sinundan na lang natin yung original lines like we always do here at the Fitment Engineering Garage. It's very simple that back here, just looks like a lot, but it's fairly straightforward. Upper control arm, lower control arm, adjustable camber, trailing arm, divorce suspension. Medyo mahirap lang dito sa divorce suspension pag binabaklas yung ating stock spring kasi may preload yan eh. Siyempre kasi springs hold tension. So maayos naman yung pagkagawa, natanggal safely, and install natin ang double bellow bag natin. As for everything else, that's pretty much the rear suspension setup for our Audi TT. Now let's move to the layout at the back of the trunk. So see you there. Now we're at the back side of the car. We can show you the layout, the system, the compressor, and the tank. Right off the bat, let's talk about the dual compressor setup. As you do know, this is a hatchback, and since it is a hatchback, it's an open back car. And quick con, and actually the only con in my opinion, maingay siya. Maingay siya on the road kasi syempre rinig mo agad yung takbo ng compressor pag nag-on. And in my opinion, hindi naman siya ganun kaingay. Bearable naman siya. It's not super annoying. Kaya naman siya sa biyahe. Kung maglo-long ride ka, tas ganito yung kotse mo, or kung may titi ka man. Pero, ayun, dual compressor setup. We have our AMS system, our Gen 4, Feels rather, our Fitment Engineering Airlift System, Gen 4. Si Boss Alvin actually, yung may-ari ng auto, naka-bags na siya dati. He was running Gen 2, and he wanted to come in and upgrade to our latest model na Gen 4. For hose lines, we tried to keep it as neat as possible, as you can see. Now luckily, on the far left and far right here, which is out of frame, the panels, we made 0 holes. We didn't make any holes. Kasi yung mga panels na to, may ridges na siya. So kasha yung mga hose line natin, which is very convenient in our case. So we've got to make it clean, neat. We didn't have to destroy any panels, make any new holes. And yeah, for the tank, it's our standard tank. This is pretty much for the layout. It's fairly simple, fairly straightforward, presented with 2 compressors, a tank, and our system. Only drawback, the noise. But that is subjective. Everyone has their own opinion. But for me, in my opinion, it's bearable. It's not super annoying. And Brad, naka-bugs ka naman, di ba? Now that we are towards the end of the video, let's talk about its dynamics, how far it goes up, how far it airs down, and is it a nice stance car? So, let's air up the car. Really quick here. So this is actually its maximum air. As you can see, for the rear, we're about probably like 3.5, 4 fingers. So 1 finger, keep in mind, is around 15 millimeters, more or less. So that's around at least 60 millimeters of clearance. So more or less, you can dodge, traverse through any obstacle or bump on the road. As for the front, we're sitting around flush 2 fingers, so that's around 30 millimeters. But more or less, this is a lot of travel and clearance to go up a hump, go up a ramp, go through a bump in the road. And sporting our custom 3-piece, multi-piece wheel. These are actually ABTs. They were originally 17-inch. And they were converted to a multi-piece wheel that is 19 by 8.5 squared reverse lip. And Andre, show them. Ang ganda, Brad. Ganda ng pagkagawa. Akala mo legit, akala mo multi-piece talaga pagkabenta. Pero ganda. So as per air out, yan ang sagad. Tignan mo naman, fender to lip. You can barely fit a finger there. And this is the lip of the barrel. Ito na yung labi, ito na yung fender. Sobrang liit na lang clearance. Tignan mo yung likod. Ito, sagad na rin as well. Ang ganda. This car is really fun. Really quick, really agile on the road. Power instant. So it's a 4-wheel drive, it's quattro. It is a, if I'm not mistaken, a 2.0. But I could be wrong. Is the Audi TT a good stance car? I don't know, you tell me. Because I'd say, pero, ayun, ang ganda ng Audi TT bag. The system is very compact sa likod, as you saw a while ago. It's a really nice car. So, this has been Julio Neri with Fitment TV, and we'll see you on the next episode.